My name is Nikki. I am 39 years old. I have two children and currently am living in Toledo, Ohio. I was raised in Florida. Moved here to Sylvania when I was 13 years old. After moving here from Florida, I attended school here and was married at a young age of 21 and had my first child a year later. And about 4 years after I had my second child is when I met my second husband. And some rather dramatic circumstances brought us together and kept us together. So, anyway, both of us worked for the same company, and this job required you to do special promotions or sampling events, things of that nature. So on June 9th in 2011, I was hosting a dinner at one of my accounts in Put-in-Bay, Ohio. And it was roughly 2 or 3 hours that we were on the island. And at the end of the night, we took the Jet Express back to the mainland in Port Clinton. When we got off of the Jet Express, one of my friends that was with us realized that he had left his keys in my car. So we needed to find a ride to get my friend Adam's keys. So I had called two of the other people that I had invited to come over as my guest, and he answered the phone when I called. I asked him if he could pick myself, my friend, and my husband up and take us to my car at the Miller Ferry. He said that he would. He came to pick us up. It was roughly, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 miles to where we needed to go. Not long after we started driving, I started to realize that George may have had too much to drink to be driving. He was driving extremely fast, and yelling at the passenger who was messing with the radio. And it was so dark outside, and I knew that there was a really sharp curve coming up, and he was easily going 25, 30 miles over the speed limit. So at that point, every single one of us in the car started to panic, and we're yelling at him to slow down. And I felt him start to turn, and then started to feel the car like slide and shake almost, because he was trying to slow down at that point. And that is when the car went directly into a telephone pole. They say before something traumatic happens that your life will flash before your eyes, and mine absolutely did. I saw my kids, my family, my parents, everything just so fast, and then it all went black. When I woke up, I looked at my husband who was sitting next to me, and he had blood dripping down the side of his face, and his eyes were kind of rolled back in his head. And I looked over at my friend who was trying to get out of the car, and I kind of crawled out after him, and he had called somebody, let them know that we had been in an accident, and that we needed help. And then after that, everything went black again. I had suffered a broken pelvis in 4 places. I had some lacerations on my head, on my legs. My husband had suffered a traumatic brain injury. One of my friends was actually required to be cut out of the car in Port Clinton. She had broken both of her legs, her pelvis, her right arm. She had a blood transfusion at the scene, and the driver of the car had a scratch on his forehead and did not require any kind of treatment or hospitalizations. Looking back on all of this now, I learned so many lessons, and I think my life is completely different now than it was before, because in all actuality, I probably shouldn't be here. It puts a lot in perspective, and you need to know the warning signs when you are with somebody, even if they are a friend. And if they are not able to drive a vehicle, then you need to just not ever get in the car.